All right. Yahweh. Yahweh. Yes. It is the 7th hour, July 31st, 2024, where I am God, Yahweh Love Elohim. This message is for the World Wide Web Internet Computer, and I'm sharing messages with angels on social media. Messages that are basically will last at least for 1 millennium. With my Dred Scott case of these United States with me, the only God, Yahweh, Elohim. The Dred Scott case is about, eventually it's about the USA. This particular message is about insanity and accusations of insanity, which the word dyslexia was placed inside of my system there with me, David Rockefeller Banneker. I am Elohim, God, Yahweh. Already? Love is my name. Thank you. So we're studying insanity with universities and institutions like the Smithsonian Institution about this video camera and audio recorder, and about insanity. Therefore, alphabet letters was left with the Dred Scott case of these United States, where intellectual property created by me, God, Yahweh, Love, Elohim, of intellectual property, where alphabet letters could not have been in the argument, language probably was. Even the language of ghosts or languages of shape-shifting things that were not human beings first. So that the language of love Lohim, love Yahweh, love Elohim was absent, where my name God, Yahweh, love Elohim supposedly had been heard by other people outside of my presence, which were simply called words. The English alphabet and the English language created by me, the only God, Yahweh, love Elohim, created the English language. The English alphabet uses some of my alphabet letter names. A was already alpha for me, the creator of Greek already. Alpha. B, if you're going to become something, it's impossible that the letter B could continue to distort you. Would be by the minerals placed inside the grand discovery of science for me, David Rockefeller Banneker. Lohem, Elohim, I am God, Yahweh. The letter C, if you're going to see something, it's not an alphabet letter for you either. All right, you have a melody or a parody or maybe a tragedy because that alphabet letter is already sent with the word body already. All right? Therefore, the letter E became such a problem that it was registered in Spanish as a word called and, created by me, Joel Atlas, the creator of Spanish, which was about reading alphabet letters first, not speaking words. All right? I am God, Yahweh, love Elohim. That's English today. The letter F used to be the word if. It used to be the word if. The letter F. So it's a letter P and a letter H there for your hip, that your creator had not created the body before I was already God, Yahweh. Love, Lohem, Elohim. Creator is my name already. Follow me with that letter F. All right, you know it's called energy, so that's not a letter for you either. The word of the letter H, I am H, God, Yahweh. H, Lohem, love, Elohim already. So H is spelled A-C-H-E, and the word is called ache in English, like a backache or a headache or something. All right. The letter I is E-Y-E for my name, Enosh Yahweh Elohim. I was already God already before you heard of the English language. So I created that alphabet letter. It could not have been that one. The letter J was placed with Jesus Christ's name already. Other than that, Calvin Trice Spencer Murphy gave you the word protege, which is me, David Rockefeller Banneker, the protege of myself, Calvin Trice Spencer Murphy, in a banking system with myself. I am God, Yahweh Elohim of these United States. So your protege was left inside of the English dictionary right there. The letter K right there, I gave you, other than vitamin K, inside of the periodical table, which is about brain food, that your creator had not created a brain, obviously. The letter K can be registered as the word ache on the other side of the word AK right there. If you just pronounce that word backwards, ache, from the letter H, you had a letter K right there, all right? El is already my name, so I placed it in Spanish with your creator that learned of the Elohim, that I am God, Yahweh. All right? The letter M became a source of a problem right there. So there's a alphabet letter E, M, that I created the human body. Me, I'm creator, love, Lohem, Elohim. And the English language had my name, I am. For I created the alphabet letter E, that it cannot be pronounced M without that very small sound on that alphabet letter or that word. Other than that, I am Elohim was already the original before you ever heard of my name, Love. Now the word N is so funny that I put a letter I on the front of it because you know what it means to go into something. If you travel in there, go in that room right there, or go look inside of their thing, or go in there and go in there. That's a place that you go, I suppose, or a direction that you go towards. All right. The letter O is OWE when you owe somebody like a debt. Created in my English language of me, God YHWH, or maybe an epiphany, OH, when you owe someone, like my name, Elohim, when you read it backwards in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. All right? All right. So the letter P, well, when you go and urinate, a child causes itself has to go and pee somewhere. Other than that, you can have therapy as a word inside of my Grand Discovery of me, David Rockefeller Banneker. I am definitely Elohim, God YHWH. Already? The letter Q is C-U-E. With me, Calvin Trice Spencer Murphy, was a word already in English dictionary in the C section. C-U-E is a Q when you signal someone. All right? The letter R is A-R-E in the English language, but the word your was two words, you are, or your, with an apostrophe, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Other than that, the letter R is an alphabet letter A-R-E already, registered in the word creator already. I am creator Lohem, love Elohim, the only God YHWH. The letter S became Spanish from these United States for you, that it means is already English, spelled I-S, about eyes already on the human body that you created, I never created. So S is, once again, go back to Spanish, E-S right there. The letter T, you can use that as coffee if you like. Other than that, I was already Booker T. Washington, created Harvard and Yale Institution with Calvin Trice Spencer Murphy doing the institutional legislation there would be Booker T. Washington. I am God YHWH Elohim, a Henry Ford Motors Company in 1893 already with myself, Frederick Douglass, selling my materials to myself, Henry Ford, that you did not know that alphabet letter either, trying to break inside of the United States of America before I created it. Thank you. All right, the letter U, I suppose you will find Y-O-U right there in my English language of me, God YHWH Elohim. That my name is also U-H-Y-A, which is called patois. U-A-H-Y-A, patois, created by me, Frederick Douglass, the G-O-D, which is the great original deceiver for you. I created shelf life in the banking baking system, baking edibles, all right? Now, the letter V already is already my name, God YHWH Elohim, of how you spell the word love. That love used to be spelled with a letter F before I changed my name to Lou for you, and I spell it with a letter V. And I put the letter V with the very next letter of a W. I was already George Washington. I was George Washington Johnson, what you call George Washington Johnson. I was already Frederick Douglass, Augustus Washington Bailey, George Washington Carver, and Booker T. Washington. Really, for me, it was all in the 1800s. For me, God YHWH Love Elohim, creating these United States already. So I doubled you with my name, Calvin Trice Spencer Murphy, that I could never double you. But I will do something else with the Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. Thank you. So that's the only W. That's two English words already. Source of suffocation is where I left a letter U in the word source, and a letter U in the word suffocation, and the word is of, O-F, while your creator was learning how to speak love Lohem, love Elohim, in my presence, creator YHWH Elohim already. All right? X. Well, an example was the word that I left for you with Alexander Hamilton, Hamlet and Macbeth. Changed to Hamlet and Macbeth of me, William Shakespeare, that I am God YHWH Elohim. And we gave you Alexander Hamilton for you to find the letter X right there. Other than that, I suppose, exhibit of the Smithsonian Institute, Museum of Artifacts. Other than that, I am the example of the one God YHWH Love Elohim that did create Jesus Christ on that first earth. The letter Y was already my name. I do not know why your creator would create my name, YHWH, and worship me, the only God YHWH, and use my name Y to spell my name Yahweh and call it just a word. And if something was easy for you, yes, if something was easy for you, very easy for you, works for me, the only God Yahweh. Therefore, dyslexia could not have possibly happened using alphabet letters. Dyslexia became because your creator did not create one alphabet letter in the English language where I am God YHWH Elohim. It only tried to translate. So all the alphabet letters could be spelled with the sky, S-K-Y, with a blue sky and white clouds, green grass, and I have extra soil called dirt and dust somewhere where flowers are growing on my planet because I already created water already. And basically, if you ever had a body, you could name the colors green and red. And eventually, you see some rocks and you see the soil. And I have something called fertilizer for things to grow. And that's pretty much as simple as the English language is for you to understand without reading alphabet letters. That dyslexia was insanity of translating languages outside of the English language about the planets that I created, me, God YHWH Elohim, and trying to cause just natural things that you could see and experience with the five senses. Other words, which became insanity where I am God YHWH Elohim. Therefore, you have worshipped my history so much